Good day, YouTube. Today's topic is my favorite financial topic. I'll get to that in just a moment. But I have a question for you. And the question is, when does a good airman need a haircut? It's a trick question. I'll say it one more time. When does a good airman need a haircut? If you think you know the answer, put it in the comment section below. After 1 week, if nobody's answered it correctly, I'll put the answer at the bottom. But today I want to talk about something that I keep seeing over and over and over, listening to people say in random conversations, I want to be debt free. And most of the times I don't say anything unless they're asking me directly for input or my feedback on how to get debt free, because I love talking about debt. Not that I like debt, but I was once in debt and I got out of debt. So to me, I speak from experience, been there, done that. From the School of Hard Knocks, I was in debt and I completely got out of debt. Debt is something that really straps us down. We give away money to interest if we are in debt. So if you're in debt, watch this. Here's what I would say to you as an individual on how to get debt. You have to stay motivated. Now, not just today, not just next week, 6 months into getting out of debt process. 1 year later, year and a half, 2 years, it's going to depend on how much debt you have and how much you can put towards getting out of debt. So you have to stay motivated. More importantly, you have to have a budget set. That way you know how much money you're earning, where your money's going, how much is left over, and then you come up with a game plan on how to attack your debt. Yes, the mathematical process is going to tell you to focus on the account with the highest interest. So let's say you have two accounts and one interest rate is 12% and the other one's 18. Mathematically, it makes sense to go after the one with the highest interest. But that's not what I did. I did in the 1990s when I joined the Air Force. Let's say I had 4 or 5 accounts. I focused on the one with the least amount owed. So let's say I have an account that I owed 1,000, another one was 1,500, and the lowest one was 400. I focused on the 400 because that kept me motivated. And once I paid off that account and closed it, I went from 5 accounts to 4, eventually to 3 to 2 and 1 and so forth. So those are 2 ways that you can do it. The one with the highest interest or the one with the lowest balance. I did the lowest balance. You do what's best for yourself. As you attack your debt, you cannot be charging on that account anymore. Because if you are, you're taking 1 step forward, 1 step back. And it's not a good thing to do. You have to come to the conclusion that you're not going to use your accounts anymore to add more debt. Because it's not a good thing, especially if your goal is to pay it off. Going back to your budget, you should have an entertainment category on there. That could be to eat out or go watch a movie or money that you can throw away. But if your goal is to definitely get out of debt, it's going to come back to that entertainment category and say, how much can I put on there? I've talked to people who say, you know what, but I have to live life. I'm not going to stop living life. Agree. We have to live life because we may have our plans, but what if something changes tomorrow? However, we also have to be realistic and say, how much can I do? What's my priority? Getting out of debt or living life? And there are some financial individuals out there, personalities, who are going to tell you straight up, you can't do this, you can't do that, period. I'll give you a little bit of breathing room and say, you know what, I don't expect you to sprint right now if you're not even used to jogging. You have to crawl, walk, jog, run, sprint. And I want you to succeed as an individual in getting out of debt. You can't go from living one lifestyle and doing a complete 180 to doing something else because that's not going to last long. At least I don't think it will. It may last a month. After that, it doesn't exist anymore. So that goal is not met. Think of it like this. 1st of January, when you go to the gym, you can't find a parking space. At the end of February, if you want to park inside of the gym, you can do that. Technically you can't, but you understand what I'm saying. So getting out of debt is staying motivated, having a financial picture, a budget of where you stand, How are you going to get there? Going back to that motivation again and staying motivated. And then staying on track, because you could get there. Think of it like this. How much do you pay in interest per year? And that's a good question for you, not to answer to me, but to look at and find out how much you're paying in interest. Because interest, in my opinion, is like giving away money. And the lenders out there are going to be very happy to offer you a card or an account and get what you want today and make minimum payments because they're making money off of you. I've been there and done that. I don't do that anymore. My wife now have one credit card and we pay it in full every single month, period. So that's the topic today. When it comes to finances, paying off debt is my favorite topic by far, because I like to see people succeed and not be strained to debt. Debt is not a good thing. And don't listen to the people that say you have to have debt to have a good credit score. I don't agree with that at all. I don't have debt except for one car payment, $5,000 that we owe. Credit is good, but I'm not even worried about my credit score because I'm not out there trying to get new accounts. So hopefully this has been helpful. Stay motivated, make it happen, ask questions when you need to, and make the most for yourself. Have a great day.